Other Switchheads, and welcome to my review of Firegirl Hack-and/Rescue DX. It's a bit of a long name, isn't it? Oh no, the city is on fire. We need help. And it's a good job that the fire station's full of firefighters. Yay! What? You're just gonna send one person out to all the fires on their own to rescue everyone? Wait, I've seen people in that fire station. There's loads of them, loads of firefighters, but you're just going to send one. Okay, sounds reasonable. And while we wait for the outcome of that very unfair decision, why not subscribe to the channel for more weekly reviews and sales videos? And it would be really great if you can give this video a nice little like. It really does help the channel grow. And with that, why not join me to see how hot this game gets? Engage.
Story.
As the new recruit, it's up to you to train hard and learn the ropes. Also, your father was a fireman, blah 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 as well. Bit troby, but hey ho. And as you probably guessed by now, it's also up to you to put out every single fire, go to every single emergency, and also rescue every single, person that needs rescuing. Okay, it's a story, it's a little bit troby, there is a mystery to be found out as you're actually progressing through the game, and I guess that's all that really counts.
Controls.
Okay, so let's delve straight into the controls, shall we? So, as normal, you would expect this is your fire station, easiest place to do this. You got your left and right, and then you've got the fire hose. Woo! Don't forget to look out for your actual water pressure and everything up there, and your lives and who you need to save as well. Now, you can't actually move anywhere but once you're actually using your hose, and then you can jump and use it as a jetpack. This is so cool. This is one of my favorite things about it, to be honest with you. It is pretty cool. And then down we go. And then you got the looking up and looking down, which does come in useful sometimes. I don't really use it that much though. But this is pretty cool though. Woo! Okay, so the controls do actually take a little bit to get into, but once you get used to them, they're actually pretty good. I did especially like the jetpack and the fact that you had to use your almost momentum to travel upwards. But bear in mind that you really need to keep an eye on your actual water pressure and your water. There are pickups that you can get within the levels in order to replenish these. I did, however, have some problems from time to time leaping and using the jetpack to move up some levels, as the preciseness needed to, do these jumps wasn't quite there with the controls. And I would quite often overshoot or undershoot in order to reach an actual tiny platform.
Gameplay.
Surprisingly enough, there's more to this game than I actually thought. Firstly, there's the platforming and rescuing within procedure-generated levels spanning a few different locations, like apartments, trains, and even forests. This is all done well enough, but after you've visited each of these places a few times, even with them being procedure-generated, it all starts feeling the same. I also encountered from time to time some pretty harsh to pretty light frame rate issues. I have to admit this did actually happen on numerous occasions, and I even encountered a major crash, causing me to have to restart the game and load up from my last save. Okay, so the frame rate issues do actually happen more often than not at the beginning of a level, as you can see, but it does actually happen during the gameplay as well, which is rather annoying, especially when you're trying to pinpoint those jumps and all that lot. There was, however, another thing that kind of felt odd to me, and that is that all the actual people and animals you rescue just stand there waiting for something. You rescue them and yeah, they just stand there. They don't try and run off the end of the screen or anything like that. They just stand there. Oh no, it's a kitty cat. Quick. Whew, I rescued it. Okay, go to the exit. Go on, you're free. Hello? Hello? Is it still alive? Don't worry, folks. This pretty well happens whether it's a cat, dog, or person. They just don't want to leave. Why? Okay, so as you rescue the survivors, you notice them at the station. And when you talk to them, well, lo and behold, you can actually recruit them. And then they kind of open up shops either inside the fire station or surrounding, as in outside and the like. And it's here you're free to wander around the actual fire station and outside little bits of the fire station and buy things off these people. Things like upgrades, better gear and the like. There's even a place where you can see sort of usable achievements, which is pretty cool. Back to the actual game, you're timed on your level runs and can pick up extra time as you plough through the levels, but it was something I felt made me rush to begin with and, well, consequently die quite a bit. Although saying that, if you slow down and kill the actual creatures, fire creature thingies, you actually get time for each time that you actually kill them. Ooh, that's a lot of time, isn't it? So whereas it's actually good that you're being timed, you kind of almost ignore it because, well, if you rush at any time, you'll end up dying anyway, so you might as well just take your time.
Visuals and sound.
To me, it looked really good, with some nice little details. The fire itself has a life of its own, with some different types of fire as you progress. The backgrounds and outside windows show that there's life in this city, and not just a drawn mural. Sound is pretty good as well, some nice music played in the background. Your hose makes well, to be honest with you, your hose makes an annoying sound for some reason that doesn't actually sound like water or a water coming out of a hose at all. Again, the fire has life of its own, screaming as you put it out. All in all, not the best, but not the worst.
The good.
Usable achievements, a nice idea for a game, loads to unlock. Looks pretty darn good.
The bad.
Major crash, wasn't very good. Frame rate drops, this is an actual issue. Not always apparent where to go, and kind of confusing at times.
The score.
Whilst there's a lot to like about Firegirl, there's also a few problems, and unfortunately these problems make it hard to play at times. The procedural generated levels work, but I think I would have liked more locations with procedure generated enemies, as I think this would have added more variety to reruns and make them still feel different. 3 out of 5 is probably the best I can go. It's good, but really does need patching ASAP. And with that, and before we get to the alternative, why not subscribe to the channel for weekly reviews and sales videos? Like this here video to help the channel grow.
The alternative.
The Company Man, a fun game with a nice story running through it, with more than first meets the eye. Hopefully you like this suggestion. If not, then feel free to suggest your own down in the comments. And while you're down there, leave any thoughts on Firegirl you may have as well. If you wish to take the conversation further or just come to chat, then the Switch Heads Community Discord is the place to go. Link is down below, because life is better when we switch together.